Hey guys, HTV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really exciting information to go over. New potential starter Pokemon leaks for Legends EA have popped up. We also have some other rumors to go over about a trailer this week. There's a lot of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, Riddler is once again posting some more cryptic tweets about Pokemon Legends EA. Of course, recently he posted that we were going to get new information soon, and now he's posted more stuff, more riddles, more tweets about some information coming soon. And usually, when Riddler is this active, it's because we're really close to a trailer. So I really hope we do see something this week. I think it's getting to that point now where it is literally any day. You know, we are very close to some hopeful news about the next Pokemon game. We've been in absolute just no news territory since February, but now we are finally in the end game. We're over that hill and hopefully going to get something soon. But either way, we have Riddler here posting saying 358. So straight away, a lot of people are thinking, well, that's the starters. We're getting a starter Pokemon from Generation 3, we're getting a starter Pokemon from Generation 5, and we're getting a starter Pokemon from Generation 8. So if that was the case, that's kind of against what we're expecting to see. A lot of people, myself included, this whole time have thought that the starters were going to be Piplup, Snivy, and Scorbunny. However, if that's the case, then what else would this 358 mean? Because obviously Piplup is Generation 4, not Generation 3. So either those aren't going to be the starters, and we're actually going to be getting a starter Pokemon from Hoenn, so it could be Torchic, because obviously that is based on a rooster, which is the national animal of France. I know a lot of people are saying, well, it can't be Blaziken because it's already got a Mega Evolution, but there's no guarantee that the starter Pokemon are going to get Mega Evolutions. A lot of people seemingly are fixated on whatever the starters are, it means they're going to get a Mega Evolution. But I don't know where people are getting that from, because the last set of starters were just getting regional forms in Hisuian, Typhlosion, Decidueye, and Samurott. So why would it be any different this time? In a perfect world, the starter Pokemon for this game get new forms, and then the Generation 6 starter Pokemon get Mega Evolution. So we get Mega Greninja, Mega Delphox, Mega Chestnut, and then we would get new forms, in this case for something like Blaziken, Superior, and then, I don't know, something else from Generation 8. So that's the kind of situation that people are thinking about. There's also been a lot of other really good kind of like points about what this potentially could be, which we're all going to be going over today, obviously. But then we did have Austin basically saying 525 600, and Riddler replied with a laughing face, saying more information next and soon. So I don't know what next means. Does that mean like next week or next what? I don't really know, but it says more information next and soon. So that's the second time now Riddler has said, you know, we are going to get information soon. But this is the first actual riddle he's posted like this year, you know, since Pokemon Day, where he didn't really post anything about Pokemon Legends EA, which is why a lot of people think he's lost his credibility. He's now finally tweeted out a riddle. All he said before, we're going to see the starters this year, which seemingly is going to be the case now, because we are clearly gearing up for some sort of trailer according to Riddler. So yeah, 358, that's apparently related to the starters, but it could be related to something else. So let's break down all the different possibilities on what this 358 could be. So this is from Soul Silver Art, this is from the community as well. A lot of people are kind of giving their 2 cents on this situation and giving really good ideas about it as well. So we have Soul Silver Art here saying, it is always wise to let some time pass before jumping to conclusions with Riddler riddles, but I'm just going to pretend he's saying it's them in the pictures. So obviously the starters. Also, because I'll cry for an Inteleon redemption arc. So if I know he probably didn't put them in order. But if they were in order, then it would be Generation 3, Generation 5, Generation 8. So it'd be Trico, Tepig, and Subble. Because it's always Grass, Water, Fire. Like, that's kind of the... No, Grass, Fire, Water, should I say. That's, like... It's just the kind of unspoken way that you would organize the starters. Because I guess Pokedex entries as well. Like, Grass always comes first, and then it's Fire, and then it's Water. So that's why that would be the way. So if that was the case, then it would be Trico, Tepig, and Sobble, which is completely against what we're all expecting the starter Pokemon to be. That's if he's posting that in order. Other than that, if you could speculate what the out-of-order Pokemon Legends EA starters could be, here by process of elimination. So since we've speculated and giving legitimate reasons why it could be certain starter Pokemon, this more likely combo could also be Mudkip, Snivy, and Scorbunny. Like, Scorbunny and Snivy is still getting like so much promotion, so it could very well be them. And then if that's the case, then that means Mudkip's going to be the water starter. which is just so out of nowhere. Like, no one was expecting Mudkip to be the water starter for this game. So, again, this is if it's about starters. It could be about loads of other things, which, again, we're going to cover, but it's just everything, like, all the speculation, all the hints, everything's just kind of going up in the air right now, even though we are still getting certain Pokemon, like Snivy, is still getting so much promotion. So, I still think Snivy is going to be the grass starter, and if that's the case, then I guess it does leave... I think I'd more likely expect Torchic to be the fire starter than Scorbunny, because it is based on the national animal, which is the rooster. So that does leave Sobble. So if this is about the starters, what Riddler-Ku is posting here, I think these could be the 3 starters, just from like a logical standpoint, just because Torchic is probably more likely than Scorbunny. You know, the national animal is, I think, more important than like a sport that isn't even as popular in France as it is like everywhere else. Like, it's more like football is more popular in the UK than France. You know, it's probably more popular in Spain than in France. So I don't think they would base the starters off that. So that's the first kind of thing. And then it says the big brain response, in my opinion. So we have Card in here saying people immediately jumping to the fact that this is the starter Pokemon. But it could also be 3 regional forms, which could be the starters, 5 cross-gen evolutions, which could be the ride Pokemon, because we know ride Pokemon return. We've had patents about ride Pokemon, so they are returning. And in Pokemon Legends Arceus, all of the rideable Pokemon were brand new Pokemon, and a lot of them were cross-gen evolutions as well, like Weirdeer, Ursaluna, Pokemon like that. So it could be legitimately 3 regional forms, 5 cross-gen evolutions, and it could be 8 new Mega Evolutions as well. You know, we are straight away jumping on the stars because that does seem the most likely option, but he's posted these kind of riddles in the past, like numbers that turn out to be the actual number of the forms and stuff. But I personally don't think it's that, because like 2 weeks ago he said we have like no information to riddle out, and now like 2 weeks later he suddenly knows the amount of forms, Mega Evolutions and stuff like that. So even though it is a good shout, I just think because 2 weeks ago he didn't know anything and now he would know all the forms and stuff, I just think that's unlikely. Whereas this whole time he's been teasing that we're going to see the starters this year. So I personally think it is just going to be about the starters, but that's definitely a good shout. Would I be happy with 3 regional forms, 5 cross-gens and 8 megas? It wouldn't be that bad. I'd expect a couple more new megas, but at the same time, it'd be an alright kind of... I mean, it's what? 13, 16 new, I guess, new Pokemon to that extent, so that's not too bad, but either way, that's one of the first things it could be. The next one was from Water Fireman saying, starter hints, I don't think Torchic will be the starter for Generation 3 as it discounts Scorbunny. I think it will be Mudkip as Swampert live in sewers, as we've seen in the Generation 4 anime. I'm thinking Mudkip 3, Snivy 5, and Scorbunny 8. But again, I think this first message, you know, Torchic will be the starter for Gen 3 as it discounts Scorbunny. Like, why is Scorbunny so likely to be the starter? The only reason people think it's Scorbunny is because there's a lot of football played in France. But it's not the... Like, I don't know if it's the biggest sport in France, but it's much bigger in other countries. I think the national animal of that country is more likely to be the starter. Just that's my personal opinion about that. But then he says, if this is about the starters, so many people are saying it can't be Torchic. But in my opinion, Torchic has more reason than any other starter to be one of the Legends EA starters. The rooster is the French national symbol. It's a no-brainer. That's exactly what I'm saying. It can totally get a second Mega like Charizard or Mewtwo, because being the national symbol is important, or even better, all 3 starters get regional forms. Again, a lot of people are fixated that it can't be Torchic because we've already got Mega Blaziken, but there's no guarantee they're gonna get Mega Evolutions. And the last one is, this is always an option too. So Pokemon 358 is Chimecho. Maybe it gets a Mega Evolution. So people have said these numbers could be referring to the date of the next Pokemon Legends EA news, but I don't know. It could also be that, like, 358 added together is what, 16? So it could be on the 16th of October, which is... It's my birthday, but it's also next Wednesday. So that'd be a kind of a nice birthday treat, but some people think it could be that. But yeah, I'm more inclined to believe it's just going to be the starters. And it says, also I was thinking 8 is Grookey, 5 is Tepig, 3 is Mudkip. It's also possible, but it would literally be the worst in my opinion. I'm sure Riddler-Ku is going to post something later that throws all of the speculation out the window, but hey, at least I covered all I can now. So yeah, I mean, Mega Chimecho, I think that's that's the least likely option. I don't think many people would be bothered with a Mega Chimecho. I feel like that could get a cross-gen evolution, but I don't think a Mega Evolution is really needed for Chimecho. So they're the most kind of sought after, not the most sought after, but they're the most likeliest things though. Chimecho, the starters, the date of the next trailer, I guess, being on the 16th, or how many regional forms and stuff we're all getting. But I guess out of all those options, I'm more inclined to believe it's the starters. As I say, he had no information a couple of weeks ago, and then for him to then suddenly know all the forms and stuff, I just think is unlikely. So I'm gonna say it's the starters. What starters they are, who knows? Gen 3, 5, 8, that's a potential 9 different starters. Loads of different combinations as well. But if it is from Generation 3, 5, and 8, what do you guys think the starters are going to be? I think it'll be these 3, if that is what he's referring to. Because I think Torchic's the most likely fire option. Which I said a long time ago as well. I said, I always thought that Torchic could have that potential chance. And then, I mean, Sobble is obviously really out there. Like, no one was really expecting Sobble, but could happen. We really don't know. But I definitely think it's going to be Snivy. Whatever the starters are, I think Snivy is, like, the best candidate. I guess the other reason it also might not be Piplup is because we just had that quite a lot. Like, we had Generation 4 remakes, which obviously had Piplup in it. And then Piplup was also in Legends Arceus. So maybe we have had a bit too much Piplup, so that's why they may be moving away from that. But either way, let me know your thoughts on all this. Do you think these are going to be the starters? What do you think it's going to be from these regions? So that's that. And then moving on, we do have another 4chan rumor to go over as well. This was posted on the 4th of October, so a few days ago now, and it's titled Everything I Know About Legends EA. So again, it was posted on 4chan, so as always, take it with a massive grain of salt. But it says presentation will be announced on Wednesday at 6 AM PT for the following day. So that means that it would get announced on the 9th, which is this week, and then the trailer would be on the 10th. It says presentation. I don't know if that means Pokemon Presents or if it means like Pokemon Legends EA trailer presentation. I can't see us getting a Presents this year. I think the next Presents will be in February on Pokemon Day, but maybe they just mean like as in the presentation trailer, because there's nothing else for them to really drop in a Presents. Plus, we've covered recently the person that leaked like stuff about the Switch 2 also came out and said that they haven't heard anything about a Pokemon Presents anytime soon. So I'm assuming that is talking about the trailer, but it says this is everything I know about the upcoming Legends EA trailer. So it takes place after the events of X and Y, so this would be a game that's set in the future, which again isn't completely out there. Like it is still a possibility. We don't know when this game is going to be set. A lot of people are expecting it to be in the past just simply because Legends Arceus was, but it could also be set in the future as well. But yeah, apparently it takes place after the events of X and Y. Snivy, Scorbunny, and Piplup are the starters. Again, that is the most like well-known kind of theory about what the starters are going to be, but obviously Riddler-kun may have just thrown that into, you know, the void really with this one tweet. Like all those months of speculation about the starters, he could have just thrown away in one like the smallest tweet ever. But either way, apparently they are the starters. The protagonist and the descendants are of Clem and Serena, and then it also says crafting, battle changes, and overworld catching mechanics return. So I really hope that is the case. I think they'll keep everything in the game. I think what made Legends Arceus will carry on into Legends EA. I don't really want it to get too similar to like the other versions, because Legends is just a whole different kind of franchise of games, and I really want them to keep it how it was. The Pokeballs look futuristic. It says after the events of X and Y, so that can't be that late after X and Y then. So why would the Pokeballs be that different? You know, straight after the events of X and Y is, what, probably only been like 5 years. I don't think in 5 years they're going to have futuristic looking Pokeballs, but NPCs and protagonists hold 3 new Pokeballs. I have no idea what that means. The first ball is white and has polka dots. The second ball is pink and fluffy, and the third ball is black with a spider web design. So I assume that like that's artwork or something. So, and some artwork would be released with the trailer, and in that artwork they have 3 new Pokeballs, which would be sick. Like if they didn't tell us what they were, but they showed images of them, that'd be like so much speculation about what these Pokeballs would do. I mean, the first one being white and having polka dots, no idea what that could be. Second one being pink and fluffy, maybe something to do with fairy types, I don't really know. And the third one is black with spider web design, so maybe something to do with dark type Pokemon, I don't really know. And then it says a new style is introduced called Shield Style, which lowers the amount of damage taken. So obviously we have 2 styles already, being Agile and Strong. So this would be Shield Style, which I wouldn't be surprised to see a new style added. So that could be kind of cool, because it would just, I guess, give another way of, I guess, battling in this game. The trailer has a big focus on trainer battles. I mean, I guess the first one did a little bit as well. We saw a lot of battling in the original Legends EA reveal trailer, so it'd be cool to see something like that again, because I think battles will be the most prominent feature in this game, especially because it's all about Mega Evolutions as well, which is a competitive Pokemon battling aspect. It says Lumiose City's scope is bigger compared to what the first trailer makes you think. Wild Pokemon are throughout the city. I mean, the city has to be big, because if we are just confined to the city and it's not very big, it's not going to be very good, because there's just barely going to be anything to explore. It says, don't expect any new regionals or megas to be shown. Again, I don't think that'll be in the next trailer anyway. I think the next trailer will show the starters. I think it will show gameplay. I think it will show the protagonists, a couple of maybe important NPCs. They might show one mega evolution, but I don't know. I feel like they're gonna drop all that like in February. I think the Pokemon Day presents, I think, is gonna be massive. I think they're gonna drop so much stuff about this game. The mayor of Lumiose City is a descendant of Clement and introduces you to the urban redevelopment plan of Lumiose City. Besides showcasing construction being done by the protagonist and Pokemon, nothing else gets expanded on in terms of the goals of the redevelopment plan. So that would still be Pokemon keeping their cards close to their chest. It says, Licia is a descendant who wears sunglasses and turquoise lipstick. She's the head girl of a seemingly girl-only fashion designer group and has a Swablu. The main promotional art / box art has the male and female protagonist looking upwards at Prism Tower. So yeah, that'd obviously be quite similar to Legends Arceus. So instead of Legends Arceus where they're all kind of peering off a cliff, this time it'd be looking at Lumiose Tower. Pokemon on promotional art: Snivy, Scorbunny, Piplup, Eevee, Greninja, Bunnelby, Talonflame, Go-Go, Hawlucha. So a lot of Generation 6 mons, Eevee obviously, and then yeah, the starters. And it says Spring 2025. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. We don't have to wait long, because it says it's going to get announced on Wednesday regardless. Very well we could get a trailer this week regardless whether this is true or not. But I don't know, like, even though I think these still could be the starters, I think Riddler-Coup has definitely thrown everybody off that trail. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we get a trailer soon anyway. Like I say, whenever Riddler-Coup is this active, it's because there's usually like news soon or something like that. And he has said, you know, a Kaku soon. And he says pre-OD as well, which again, a lot of people think could be pre-October Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2. And if the Switch 2 Direct is early October, which the leakers have said, it means we have to get Legends EA trailer soon, which again, we've already spoken about. And then, yeah, obviously he's just been talking about. But either way, let me know your thoughts on all of that. What do you think the starters are going to be for Legends EA if it is from these regions? But yeah, thank you for watching. Drop a like. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.